Okay, hello. I thought it would be fun because I realized I really never talked about any of this at all. To talk a little bit about like my educational and like occupational background, okay? Just to sound. But I've had like a wealth of education and I feel like I should talk about that because I feel like, I don't know, today I've just been really fascinated by like kind of like the way that all of my like trainings and all of the different things, like I've had little trainings, like I know we'll talk about that, like, and how those have all like the architecture kind of my knowledge base is kind of what I've been thinking about. And so let's talk about it. I think it's interesting. So we'll talk about my younger years. My younger years, I think the first thing that I really got like interested in learning about when I was that we're gonna so was with my grandmother. My grandmother was very, very, very much into Meisner. And so my grandmother was teaching me tarot, astrology, Meisner, and also about hermetics while I was in elementary school because when I was with my mom, I was learning about Mormonism. So I was getting like a very intense like Mormon like in Mormonism when you're younger, you go to church like pretty much all day Sunday, and you also go another time during the week. So it's like, and you're all supposed to be like reading your scriptures every day and like writing journals, and I took that very seriously, and I did that. So I was reading like scripture every single day and journaling about it and like praying, like prayer, like was something that was really, really like I was just fascinated by it all because prayer was something that my grandmother would talk about, and then also I would like when I was in Vegas with my grandma. It was like literally kind of crazy. Like I'd be like half of my childhood was like Mormonism and like all white and everything like that, and then the other half was literally in Sin City, like in the city of the Angels, and then the other half of it was like literally me in Sin City. Like we would be walking the strip, and like another thing I got really interested is architecture, the architecture of like casinos. And that's something that ends up showing up later, but I just remember I would always like rate the bathrooms. Like I would like spend a lot of time in the bathrooms of every single casino on the strip, and I would just like rate, like I would literally like spatially map them out. I would draw them and stuff like that. Like I have notebooks of just like drawings, and then I would draw like different characters and stuff like that based off of everything. So I had a field note journal from a young age because Mormonism very much encouraged it. My father very much encouraged it. So I like was always just kind of, and I was always like fashion designing. Like I'd always make outfits based off of like rooms I would be in and stuff like that. And I would share it with my dad, and he would be very encouraging of these types of things. And yeah, so yeah, I think that that's really cool. But my grandmother was teaching me Meisner, and then like that moved into astrology, and that leaned into like tarot, but like learning about tarot not like from like a divination standpoint, like from the actual like symbolism of what it all means, and then like comparing it to Golden Dawn and Hermeticism, which is also the Emerald Tablets, which is Thoth. So this is my childhood, and on top of it, when I was 9 years old, my dad got me like an intense like PC computer because my dad is a computer like coder. Like he does SE, like SEO is very important to him, is what I'll say. And so like when I was younger, like literally when I was 9, I got a Christmas present and he gave me WordPress, and like he was like, all right, make your first website. And he like just kind of taught me a little bit, but mostly like I would just ask him questions like as I went, and I could call him whenever I wanted. Like I would be at home, like at my mom's house even, and like I'd be doing this shit, and like I'd call him at any hour and he would answer, and he would like walk me through whatever I needed to walk through, and it was fun. It was like a hotline, like I don't know. And so yeah, and so like, and the very first website I made was called Bay Art, like before anything else art. It was all poetry. It was all my poetry, and I didn't like share it with anyone. Like I think my dad knew about it. Like, and I think that that's it. Like, and I would just post my poetry. That's it. Like, so it was very like, yeah. And I would post like short stories I would write and stuff like that, and then him and I would like discuss them and like like take them apart and stuff like that. It was very fun for me. What else? And then I was getting like super like I had read the Bible by the time I went to middle school. Like, yeah. And I also loved dictionaries, so that's a whole other thing. And also like, another thing is that on my own self-study, my dad told me when I was younger that we were autodidacts, which essentially means that you do not wait to be taught. You make your own and build your own understanding from the teachings around you, kind of. So like that, I realized that like maybe that's not a perspective everybody had as a child, but that's something that I was given. Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, we're going on the voice right now. So vocals. I was like very upset. I had a radio in my room and I would literally like listen to different voices. And I was very interested in different voices because my mom worked graveyard shifts, so I was left home alone a lot during like elementary school. So to like sing myself to sleep, I would like learn different things from different singers. And I would literally like listen to it and then I would like mimic it. And I would listen to it and then I would mimic it. And like it would be different tones, but they would be the tones that would like put me to sleep because that's what I was like trying to collect. I've always had, in fact, when I was younger, my voice was even raspier than it is now. My mom will tell you that I would literally, I was 3 years old and people were like, she sounds like she smokes 3 packs a day, or is that Janis Joplin? Like in the body of a 3-year-old, like, and that has never stopped following me. But also, I guess that's just not even the point of all this. Okay, so, and at the same time, I was a gymnast. I was a very, very dedicated gymnast. I was going a couple times a week. Like it was called Monarchs. Like that was my gym's name. And so I had a very, very flexible back is what I'll say. I was even in a PBS like kids television show as the human boat because I could literally form my entire body to a boat and I can still do it to this day. And like it never goes away. Like I don't really have to stretch as much. Like I don't know. I guess I'm just always doing like gymnastics. Eventually I take up belly dancing. That's later on. Okay, so then we get to middle school and I get really into acting. I went to Agora Children's Theater. So like the teachers that we had there were like, it was like Disney people. Like I was being taught by like Megan Martin, who is in Disney, and like Laura Morano and her mother, Ellen Morano. And like Laura is from Austin and Ally from Disney. Megan is like Tess Parker from Camp Rock. Like, I'm too cool for you. I love Camp Rock. That's not what this video is about though. Yeah. And even Vanessa Morano, who was in Switched at Birth. And like, I don't know, like it was like people who were all like very much like, it was very cool. It was like very much being dedicated to the craft, but not like it just wasn't very cringy. I mean, maybe it was cringy, but like it certainly should have been more cringy, I feel like. I got to play a clothespin at one point, and the way that has followed me, like the whole clothespin narrative has followed me throughout my whole life is just crazy. But like I really like there are certain classes where I can literally remember like things specifically. Like I remember this one improv class. I just remember like after something that like Ellen said, I like pretended to be a lemon. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember like that's when I decided to go with my most of like that was the moment I decided to like really just always follow my absurdity. Like always follow the absurdity. Like always follow the most like absurd thing. Like that is like, and that was like a moment where that clicked in me that like, oh, this is actually good. Like it was already something that maybe I was doing a lot, but like I didn't realize that like other people weren't necessarily doing. I just didn't understand that like that there was like I didn't understand that other people's operating systems weren't to just do the ridiculous thing that would like put a smile on everybody's face. That was just that's what I learned to do because I was entirely absorbed with all of these other things that I was literally a gymnast. I was fucking programming at night, like poetry websites. I was learning like fucking, okay. I also learned Reiki as a child. My grandmother was a Reiki grandmaster. And so every single summer, I remember every single Wednesday in Vegas, we would be in her Catholic church basement with all these old women, and they would be literally doing light as a feather, stiff as a board, and they were all be doing, and I'd be the only child there. And like this happened for years, and they'd all be doing Reiki healing, and like people with cancer got like healed. Like and I literally, so I got like Reiki attuned when I was like in elementary school. But then I ended up getting something I did end up doing later on in life is in 2020, I got certified. So I am a certified Reiki healer if anybody wants to go at it. I kind of just do it all the time. Like I just kind of, I don't know. If anybody's ever been touched by me, I feel like they'll understand what I mean by that. Because it's just kind of like at this point, all of these skills that I've learned across this board are running in the background for me. Because this is like the foundation of my knowledge, okay? This is the foundation of it all. And then we're gonna continue on. But first, I want to drink water. Like, I'm gonna pace myself here. This is the foundation of my knowledge. That's gonna be the title of this video.